Are you aware how much time your Mendix developers are taking each year on upgrading Mendix modules and widgets? Do you know which versions they upgrade to? And whether or not there might be security issues with those? If these considerations sound familiar to you, then definitely stay tuned, because we at Trives built a tool that allows you not to only upgrade one app at a time, but tens of apps, or maybe even your whole landscape with a few clicks of a button. Currently, the only way to update all the modules and widgets within your Mendix app is to open up Mendix Studio Pro and updating them one by one. For example, if I want to update the Community Comments module, I will have to open the Marketplace and then selecting the version that I want. While updating one module is of course easy enough, things get quite complicated and labor intensive when you're talking about 10 or maybe even 100 apps. Also, for some modules, it's sometimes necessary to have a specific version of another module. Our new solution to this issue can be broken down into 4 separate steps. Step 1 is that we're going to define a source app. Step 2 is to select the apps that we want to update. In the third step, we're going to run the update process, and step 4 is to check the outcome. So, what exactly is a source app and how can we define one? At its core, our source app is nothing more than a run-of-the-mill Mendix app. However, instead of providing functionality, this app allows you to define a set of module versions that A, work well together, and B, provide you with the latest functionality and fixes. These modules can be either public or from your company's private marketplace. Switching to the user interface of our solution, we can now start selecting which source project should be used for which minor Mendix version. As you can see here, we already defined the source apps for 2 Mendix versions. Now we're going to add the source app that I just showed you as the third one for Mendix 10.12. We now have 3 source apps, which means that we can automatically upgrade any Mendix app that has either of these Mendix versions. Now that we set up our source project, we will be able to start selecting the apps that we want to update, maybe change some settings and then run our update process. To perform an automatic update, we first select the apps that we want to update. As you can see in this screen, I set up 3 example projects that we will be updating. Coming to the next screen, we're going to select Module Updater as our automated task, and then in the option selection we're going to choose to commit to a new branch, so we won't commit straight to the main line. After doing a quick rundown of the things that we want to accomplish, we can then click on Confirm and Execute, and the update process will start running. All 3 update processes have started, and now we wait. Doing a bit of a fast forward in time, we can now check on the outcome of our update processes, and as you can see, all 3 were successful. By clicking on one of the target apps, we can now see a more detailed breakdown of all the marketplace modules in each project. You can see whether they were updated, and if so, to which version. The overview will also indicate whether or not a module was available from the source app. If not, you can of course consider adding it. Switching to Mendix Studio Pro and opening the branch that we just created, we can now see that Mendix prompts us to update some widget definitions. This step cannot be automated yet, but is usually very easy to do. Looking at the commit history, we can also see that the update process left a nice overview of all the updates that were done. If you're happy with the update, you can now do some testing, and if those are successful, you can then merge it back to the main line. And there we go. We just upgraded 3 Mendix apps, not only automatically, but also in a very traceable way. Now, if you want to know more, are curious to see whether this can be applied to your organization, or have any other questions, do not hesitate to get in contact with us.